Okay, sounds good.
Namaste. This is going to be our gentle restorative for this week. And I'm planning on leaning towards the side of restorative, mainly out of selfish reasons. My son had me up at 5:30 this morning because he was going out of town. And I don't know, I'm tired. So I'm going to be a little selfish and do some restorative. But it actually lines up with what I had planned to kind of use as a premise for today's practice. It was a photograph that I saw the other day, and it was this beautiful picture of a line of people out the yin yang in a rolling hills kind of setting. And then they had an immense amount of the sky being portrayed as well in the picture. And so at the far front of the line that you couldn't quite see because the picture was taken at the back of the line, there was a person kind of floating above the ground, and then they would be angled a different way, a little higher, and then another person a little higher, and the other person a little higher. So basically it was representing people leaving their bodies or leaving the earth or creating that transition um, after this life. And this writing came with it, and it did not have an author, so I can't tell you who wrote it. But this is going to be our contemplative food for thought to start with. Every minute someone leaves this world, we are all in line without knowing it and without knowing how many are in front of us. We cannot move to the back of the line, and we cannot avoid the line. So we just wait in the line. But while we are in the line, can we make moments count? Can we make priorities and make more time? Can we make our gifts known and make a nobody feel like somebody? Can you make your voice be heard? Can you make small things big? And can you make someone smile? Make the change, make up, make love, make peace. Make sure to tell those you love that you love them. Make sure you have no regrets, and make sure you are ready. So I feel like this is actually perfect for the fact that we're going to be doing restorative yoga, because with restorative yoga, it's creating these shapes in our bodies and trying to completely relax into it. Yes, it's good for helping us to de-stress. Yes, it's good for chronic tension. Yes, it's good for high blood pressure. Yes, it's good to combat depression. Yes, it's good for fatigue and insomnia. Yes, it's good for so many things. But the way I would like us to approach each of the restorative poses today is like a shavasana. Shavasana, 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 shavasana. So in shavasana, it began as a meditation on death, not to be morbid, but just to face the reality of this, because it's said to be our biggest fear. It's the fear of change, the unknown, and the fear of death all wrapped into one. So if we want to conquer that fear, one thing that the yogis would practice is going inside and mimicking stillness like a corpse. And even though we'll be doing some pranayama to start the poses with, we're going to lessen that pranayama or lessen the sense of control over the breath so that we can pull back into the body and come into the recesses of the heart and the mind and just witness what is occurring. More than anything, it's just to tap into the soulful nature within. So let's begin. Please have 2 blocks, bolster, blanket, and a strap today. We're going to begin with the bolster set up behind us. And if you don't have a long strap, usually 8 to 10 foot strap is better for what I'm about to show you. If your strap isn't long enough, just use your blocks underneath your knees. But what I was going to suggest, because we haven't done this one in a while, is taking the loop of the strap over the body, around the low back, bringing the soles of the feet together, looping it underneath the feet, and then, of course, tightening the loose belt. And then we're going to roll back. And check in to see if you need to cover your body for warmth, or even to provide a little weight. You can also bring that blanket underneath your head like a pillow. If using the strap is too much sensation here at your hip points, again, use the blocks, lift the knees so that you're not solely focused on the feel of the pose. And then once you get settled and comfortable, close the lids of your eyes. And we are going to activate some breath work now. And it's going to be 3 short inhales followed by a long, strong exhale. Short in breath, pause, short in breath, pause, short in breath, pause, and take a long out breath. Short inhale, pause, short inhale, pause, short inhale, pause, and take a long out breath. Goodness, that was Paris. Short in breath, pause, short in breath, pause, short in breath, pause, and a long exhale. Continue now, short in breath, feel it from the pubic bone to the ribs. Short in breath, fill up the deep cavity of the chest. Short in breath, fill it, spread the collarbones, and take a long out breath. Short in breath, pause, short in breath, pause, short in breath, pause, and take a long exhale. We're going to do that one more time. Short inhale, fill up the lower third of the lungs. Short inhale, 2/3 of the lungs. Last inhale, fill up the full capacity. And exhale, let it all go. We'll try to soften the muscles of the face, the brow, around the eye, your cheeks, your jaw, and even the area around your nose and lips. Thank yourself for making time to do this practice. And thank the yogis that have passed this tradition on throughout the ages. commit to staying present in each moment, in each pose. So that it will be a full benefit to your mind, body, and spirit. Still watching and observing the breath come and go. And activate it again if for when the mind gets too distracted or busy. Count 7 more breaths. And you can do this a couple different ways after your 7 breaths. You can move one of the blocks and roll over to one side. If you have the strap, it may be better to lift the head up, to plug the hands down, and use some core and upper body strength to lift straight up. All right, so then we'll unleash the feet, and we're gonna pop up the seat so that the strap slides down the legs. Now, if you have a smaller strap, it will definitely work for this. You're gonna loop it around your legs and then tighten the belt and kind of bring it, you know, up your thighs a little ways. And what this is going to do, it's going to keep the legs parallel and side by side. And then we're going to just come right back down. However, you can certainly change up the way you're using your blanket. For instance, previous pose, I had it as a pillow. Now I want to bring some weight over my midriff. So I'm just going to rest the blanket there. Just a little subtle weight. And I'm going to flip the hands open. Close the eyes. The strap will help to prevent the feet rolling out or sliding wider apart. And sometimes we do allow that, but I want you to try this different technique. Maybe this alignment is better for your low back. Now we're not going to do the same pranayama. We're going to do some diaphragmatic breathing. And that tends to be our natural response when we are reclined on our backs. But even though it may be a natural breath at this point, I want you to engage with your breath so that you're making it stronger, feeling the belly rise, and then allowing that wave to roll up into your chest. And then feel the chest begin to deflate and the belly drop. Now we're going to count 7 deep diaphragmatic breaths. And then once we arrive to the 7th one, we can let the control go. Let's begin now. Once you drop in, and begin to experience some inner peace. Let that remind you to make peace. To make peace with yourself, to make peace with your past, to make peace with your circumstances in life. Or just simply bask within this inner peace, as long as it lasts. affirming energetic movement or unmoving peace. The choice is mine alone. Energetic movement or unmoving peace. The choice is mine alone. So you may find, as you start to deepen the flow of the breath, that you may feel compelled to come out the same way you did before, flipping the hands down, peeling the head up, and pushing into the ground to come straight up off the bolster. But you may find that bending the knees and turning to one side works out a little better. All right, we're gonna maintain the strap, but let's take it off the body for a second because we're gonna set up in Stonehenge. Now, what's gonna be different about Stonehenge today is we're going to put the strap, because this is what I see sometimes. Imagine my legs are over the bolster. So I'm starting to see a lot of people fan their knees open like butterfly, but really the shin should be parallel in the Stonehenge. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the strap again, but this time the lower part of the legs. Tighten the belt, of course. Not so tight that you can't, have a little wiggle room. And then, of course, the blanket again for your head or to keep your body weighted or warm. So now that we've been doing a little restorative, you may find your body temperature is starting to drop. You want more warmth here. Let's rest the hands on the belly. This time we're going to do some very light Ujjayi breath, where you constrict the back of your throat. So that brings in an audible sound with the breath. Stretching out the inhale. Stretching the exhale. Now, keep the eyes closed and listen to this breath, the song of your soul. As if you were listening to a lullaby. Keep it going. burning bones, muscles, movement. I surrender now. Anxiety, elation, depression, and any and all turning thoughts, I now give over to the hands of peace. Peace, be still, and know that I am. Now we're going to try to keep the strap on the legs, but the legs are going to sail over the bolster to the right side. And then splay your arms open. And your head can even turn to the right as well. Turn your head to the middle and lift your legs up, sail over the props, and allow them to land to the left. And you can turn your head to the left. Firmly within every breath is infinite power. Make time to appreciate the breath. Now unroll from that twist or roll to the side and come out. We're going to do something different for our Shavasana today. Once you come out and take down Stonehenge, the bolster is going to be at the top of the mat, turn it long ways at first. And we're not going to the Shavasana quite yet, almost. Let's get a little inversion in first. I know the legs were just up, but I want the head to be a little lower than the hips and the heart before we totally relax. So do you see what I'm doing? I've got the bolster lined up and I'm creating puppy pose, but then I'm gonna melt down with the arms and let the head rest on the edge of the bolster. So you're coming towards more of a melting heart. And we're just going to take 7 breaths here. Of course, if you need puppy, just slurp up through your belly, draw in through your ribs so that you're not sagging into your shoulders or creating a back bend. So I'm demonstrating puppy here, but you can still have the prop under your brow for puppy or melting heart. 2 different poses, different intentions. All right, and we'll come up. So now we're going to turn the bolster sideways. And it's the one where we lean out over it. We're actually going to be face down for Shavasana today. If you find that you don't particularly like this pose, maybe you would prefer the child's pose like this instead. But pick one of those. Make the acquaintance with your breath again. Move into the space between your thoughts. That gap in which all thoughts arise from, regardless if they're regurgitating thoughts or insightful. the hands under the shoulders. We push up and back into child's pose. Shift your way up and we'll come to a comfortable seat. Sit for a moment. Take a few deep breaths. Noticing the difference in how you feel from the inside out. And place your hands to prayer and humbly bow your head, because I'm going to read this one more time. Every minute, someone is leaving the world, and we are all in the line without knowing it. We don't even know how many are in front of us. We cannot move to break away from the line. We can't move to the back of the line. We cannot avoid the line, so just wait. While we're waiting, make moments count. Make priorities. Make the time. Make your gifts known and make a nobody feel like somebody. Make your voice be heard. Make the small things big. Make the change. Make up, make love, make peace. Make sure to tell those you love they are loved, and make sure you have no regrets and that you are ready. The light in me honors and bows to the beautiful light in each of you. Namaste.